Hi everyone, today I'm going to be going over the initial cellular responders in inflammation. Starting with an overview, mast cells and macrophages are guardian cells, and they are also the primary cellular initiators of the inflammatory response. Dendritic cells are also present in this response, and these are specialized types of macrophages that connect the innate and adaptive immune responses. These cell types are going to reside near endothelial tissue, blood vessels, as well as the lymphatics. They have receptors on them that allow them to detect pathogens and cellular products of tissue damage. Mast cells, macrophages, and dendritic cells have evolved a set of receptors that are called pattern recognition receptors, and these are going to monitor the environment for products of cell damage as well as infectious microorganisms. They help identify pathogen-associated molecular patterns, and the production of these patterns and other chemicals are going to help start inflammation. Toll-like receptors are an important type of pattern recognition receptor, and these are going to help recognize any of those pathogen-associated molecular patterns that are on a cell surface of a microorganism. The first type of cell I'm going to go over is a mast cell, and these are located in loose connective tissue that are close to blood vessels. They release biochemical mediators from their granules into surrounding tissues within seconds, and they are also the most important activator of the inflammatory response because of how quick they can get there. They initiate inflammation by releasing biochemical mediators, and then they're going to synthesize other mediators in response to a stimulus. And then an example of this stimulus would be like an infection or an injury. Histamine is the major vasoactive amine that is released from this type of cell, and it has a potent effect on many cells, but particularly those that help control circulation. This is going to dilate capillaries as well as retract the endothelial cells that line capillaries, and overall this is going to help increase vascular permeability. After granules are released, mast cells release other mediators of inflammation. Starting with the prostaglandin, this is primarily responsible for vasodilation, capillary permeability, and chemotaxis. There are also leukotrienes that are released, and these help increase vascular permeability, chemotaxis, leukocyte adhesion, bronchoconstriction, edema, and mucus secretion. There are also platelet activating factors, and these are just going to help blood clotting occur. And there's also the growth factor, and this is going to induce vascular endothelial growth. It's going to promote endothelial cell proliferation and platelet-derived growth factors. Macrophages are the next type of cell, and these enter the site 24 hours after neutrophils. They're the predominant phagocytic cell in the late inflammatory response. They're highly phagocytic, and they're very responsive to cytokines. They're also going to help promote wound healing. They have an abundance of those PRRs on their surface, and they can recognize a wide range of pathogens, as well as molecules that are released from damaged tissues. They have chemokines on them, and these are small signaling proteins that act as chemoattractants to recruit leukocytes to those damaged tissues. They also have cytokines, and these are small proteins that are pro or anti-inflammatory. So you have interleukins, and these are produced by macrophages as well as lymphocytes. And interleukin 1 is going to enhance innate and adaptive immunity. Interleukin 6 directly induces hepatocytes, and this is going to help produce many of the proteins in the liver that are needed for inflammation. And interleukin 10 is going to suppress lymphocytes as well as macrophages. There are interferons that are produced by cells that are infected by viruses, and they can stimulate neighboring healthy cells to produce substances that prevent those viral infections. There's also tumor necrosis factor alpha, and this is going to promote the innate response to any injury or to any infection. The last type of cell is a dendritic cell, and these are antigen-presenting cells. They're found in tissues that have contact with the external environment, and they process antigen material, and it's going to present this material on the cell surface to T cells. And once this is done, it's going to help shape the adaptive immune response.